Digital superintelligence will be like an alien.
It will be like an alien.
Yeah.
There is other intelligent life outside the Earth.
It seems probable. Maybe they're among us. I don't know. Some people think I'm an alien.
Because microwaves then were used as weapons, as they are today. It is a perfect stealth weapon. We microwaved Catholics in Northern Ireland to make them sick. It goes on all over the world. And it's a weapon that you don't know you're being targeted.
Crazy. I was like looking like, this isn't real.
Oh, look at it. Oh, he's coming in. There it goes.
Oh my God.
Jeez. Or was it 2 planes?
No, just the
It's
one.
just one, okay.
That is
One's
enough.
enough.
No, it's not. What is it? Kerry, what is that? What is that?
A reminder on track to the clear here on runway.
What is poppin', little gang? What is up? We're gonna be doing something different today, folks. We're gonna be harp hunting. .2 degrees Celsius. I mean, that's pretty hot. Do you think that's normal? Of course that isn't.
And we always use the same thermometer. It shows that the temperatures have been constantly increasing.
Right now, folks, we're headed back to the car and the sun just came out. It was cloudy. As you can see, we were about to have some rain, heavy rain, and they are using HAARP, whatever they're using, to delete this rain. Folks, we're gonna measure, simple tool here. See, the sun is coming out and we're gonna measure the floor. Simple task here. 31.5 Celsius, paved floor. 32.5, and there we have the sun.
Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, I say it's alright.
I've forgotten how many millions of dollars he's made out of this. The first column I ever wrote more than 30 years ago was titled "The Prophets of Doom." I mean, there is money in this stuff. You have to pretend to be certain, because otherwise you'll get no support for what you're doing. I think there'll be global warming. Well, there's no money in that. Talked to God and he told me that it's going to be global warming. Now let's set up a multi-billion-dollar program to stop it.
This gray matter has become so vital that it is the dominant building material around the globe.
Ce qui est construit, il est en béton armé. Le béton armé, il est consigné. La quantité que représente le sable dans notre vie.
This week, with temperatures across parts of England and Wales potentially reaching 30 degrees or more by the time we get to Thursday, 6 days in a row. A long time since that's happened in this country.
hearing what sounded like thunder. I came outside to discover that a sinkhole had opened up, and since then this hole has grown. I believe this hole is about 35 foot deep. 2 more holes have opened up in front of the home.
He doesn't believe carbon dioxide is the primary cause of global warming.
No, I think that measuring with precision human activity on the climate is something very challenging to do, and there's tremendous disagreement about the degree of impact.
You cover the atmosphere, the sky won't be really blue in the way it is now anymore, but it would block out some of the sun's heat so that we wouldn't have to take the difficult steps to stop spewing all this global warming pollution into the atmosphere. And of course, there are a lot of problems with what they're proposing. It turns out plants need sunlight. Yes.
You know, so that they know more about all of us, because what he said affects all of us. He said something that really hit home about this phenomena of chemtrails. And, you know, when I was a kid, I used to see these trails in the sky all the time, and so, oh, that's cool. A jet just went over. And then you started to see a whole bunch of them. And the next thing you know, everybody in your neighborhood was fighting and arguing, and you didn't know why. Okay, and you really didn't know why. I mean, everybody was fighting.
Clouds going by to the north, there's still a pretty good jet stream rolling along here. You can even see evidence of that, those higher winds aloft with these little wave clouds that are going off the Cascades and then into parts of the Bitterroots and parts farther north. So yeah, some really good winds aloft, but none of that means anything for us. Instead, we turn our attention to the south. Think about heat in southern Arizona moving into northern California. And
take a look at this, folks. Rain, right? This is a rain cloud separated from all of the other rain clouds with HAARP. I don't know how they're doing this, but they're doing this. Take a look at that. This is how they're doing it. It's dead now. No rain coming. So just remind you guys, we're not in summertime. We're headed for winter time. It's supposed to be cold. And we're gonna ask some people if they think it's normal for it to be this hot and warm this time of year. Check it out. We have these rain clouds. We're parked here just next to these huge antennas, probably HAARP. They're using these antennas for HAARP. This is the future generation for the 5G complex that they're building around this city. And as you can see, we have HAARP happening right now over there, next to that antenna. You can see the Wi-Fi cloud. So the big question is, how many people around you and around me are aware of this? So what do you think about this year, 2018? Leave a comment. What do you think about it? You know, what do you think this summer is gonna be? Because it's getting weirder, folks. So what happened is, yesterday there was a very bizarre fire in São Paulo, Brazil. A building caught fire. Actually, it went down. It was a horrible accident. So in general, people here are saying that it may have been caused by a DEW, directed energy weapon. And talking about it, we have videos of it. So that's why I'm talking to people right now and asking them if they think that this is human-made, if this weather pattern change, this change in the weather is human-made, including the fire that happened yesterday that caused the building to collapse and all that. So I'm asking people, I'm taking the opportunity of this event that happened yesterday to ask people if they think this is normal. Okay guys, so there's something wrong. You know, there's something really wrong. There's something out of place. Majority of people are noticing this, but mainly because of the earthquakes, fires, twisters, anticyclones and cyclones, whatever, you know, these weather phenomena that are happening lately. People are aware of this, but they're not looking up. Telephones are doing a mighty fine job. If this were to be a competition, we would be losing because they're not looking up. They don't know what chemtrails are. They don't know what HAARP is.
And then, for some reason, he told somebody who told somebody, and people started phoning me up and writing to me, saying, can you explain this or can you help with that? And then I found that microwaves were involved, and I knew what microwaves did. And a while later, I went back to the doctor, I wrote a paper on it, and I said, there's your answer. Microwaves can cause cot death by 2 or 3 different mechanisms.
Additionally, millimeter wave signals are susceptible to blockage from buildings and other structures, making intelligent beamforming and beam tracking techniques necessities for 5G.
A perfect stealth weapon. We microwaved Catholics in Northern Ireland to make them sick.
Worrying Wisconsin doctors.
The World Health Organization says something called Disease X is the latest concern threatening people right now.
The next potential threats to Madison, America, and or the world. Wisconsin's Department of Health has an emergency operations plan in place.
Wi-Fi, I think anyone who puts Wi-Fi into a school should be locked up. It is not worth the genetic problems that parents are going to face with their children when they're born. Imagine you are a 15-year-old schoolgirl. All of the 400,000 eggs in your ovaries were with you at birth. They're not fully developed, but they're with you. They are 10 times more susceptible to radiation because Wi-Fi's, they are transmitters, as well as the routers, as well as the ones either side of you. They are all transmitting at this height through your ovaries. So you are risking the damage, the DNA damage of your child every time you sit down and you use Wi-Fi.
It was kind of interesting to understand that even with HAARP, these Wi-Fi clouds that we have all the time, strange and bizarre sunsets, the majority of people are not noticing weather change at all. For them, it's all natural, it's God-made, it's happening, you know. So this is really, really strange, and I beg you, please share this video and leave a comment. What do you think about all of this? Do you think there's something strange going on? Do you think that there's nothing going on, like the majority of people I just talked to? Have you been noticing any weather pattern change at all, like cyclones, twisters, cold, hot, people getting sick, bizarre bacteria and stuff like that are happening, not on the news? Leave a comment. Anything different where you're at right now that you've noticed and you want to talk about? Leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and I'll see you again.